Well, the hottest guy on the market and the biggest coaching hire this offseason.
What show are we doing? The hottest guy on the market? Ryan, that's our other podcast.
Well, sorry, it just bleeds.
I know.
It's hard to separate the two. But obviously, it's Ben Johnson, man. That's where I think a lot of people wanted him. The Bears got him. And I think this is nothing but good news for Caleb Williams, for the entire Bears organization. They've been so far down, and it's a constant cycle of beatdown for the Bears. Like, no matter what they do, they just can't seem to get a leg up. They thought Caleb Williams was going to transform this franchise, and maybe he will.
To be fair, we all knew it was stupid to keep Matt Eberflus when you were bringing in a new quarterback. We said it at the time. It's like, you don't start over, but keep the old head coach. Absolutely idiotic. Yeah,
that's like changing, the entire engine, but like we're leaving the main components still the same, but we're going to make everything else look good.
Let's go the opposite way on your analogy. It's like changing the chassis and the tires, but you still got a bad engine.
Sure, whatever. I'm not a mechanic. I think that's pretty clear. So let's talk about Ben Johnson for a second. All right, the hottest guy on the market.
Yeah.
What do you think Ben Johnson as a head coach looks like at the end of this season?
Fucking
I want to fast
sexy,
forward.
What I think he's good looking.
All right, guys. Well, this has been Sports Bluff. We're going to wrap this up. And
what do I think about what?
Fast forward to the end of the season. Ben Johnson, where is he at as a head coach? Been super successful as an OC.
He's probably at Chicago.
Yep, probably. But where does his record lie? Like, is he going to transform this organization so much that at the end of the season we're like, oh wow, like he's one of the top guys out there right now? Or is he going to slightly improve? Like, gauge it. Like, give me an expectation.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. Expectation. They won 5 games last year. This year, I don't look. Here's the thing, man. I know he's the offensive genius. I know he's boy wonder. Great OCs do not always make great head coaches. That I'm not saying he won't. If I was them, I would have hired him too. This was the hire of this season. They got him. They got the guy they should go get. However, head coach is a completely different job. People don't talk about it a ton, but it's not just coaching players. You are dealing with day to day. You're dealing with a ton of logistics. Everyone is responsible to you, and you're dealing with everything, not just the offense like before. So that's a big deal for a lot of guys. That's why you see a lot of great coordinators who just don't have what it takes to be a head coach, because it's a different job. Will he be able to handle it? I don't know. We'll see because of his age. With that said, when you given that context, because I know how hard it is and how different it is, what do I think the expectation should be? They won 5 games last year. Obviously, I think the expectation should be, let's at least win 7 games, 7 to 8. I want to be competing for the 7 seed. I'm not saying we have to make the playoffs, but I want to be competing for that last playoff spot. More importantly, I want to see improvement, confidence, and stability from Caleb Williams. I want to see that you have a plan with Caleb Williams. I want to see that you build an offense around his skill set and get the most out of him.
Yeah, I mean, 7 to 8 is where I'm landing too. You're in a tough division though. Like, that's the only downside. And you're in a division with the team that you just came from too. So it's hard. If you're Ben Johnson, you got a lot in front of you and a lot of hype to live up to. And I hope it works for him, because I really do like Ben Johnson as a person. Like, and his football IQ is just very high. And
we know he's an exceptional offensive coordinator.
What he can do on the offensive side of the ball is genius. I mean, it's just phenomenal. But like, you got the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions, man. Like, it's a hard division to compete in. So I'm like you. If you could be sniffing that 7th seed, that's where you want to be, and that's the definition of success for me. Anything more than that, I mean, you've struck gold.
No, absolutely. And I hope he just utilizes it, because Caleb Williams is a different player from Jared Goff. Obviously, he wants to use his legs a lot. I don't know if Caleb Williams can consistently just stand in the pocket and beat you. If so, great. But he's going to have to tailor his offense to Caleb Williams. So I'm excited to see that, because it's not going. You can't just bring the offense he used with Jared Goff over to Chicago. How does he reinvent that? How does he use his players to their best ability and build an offense around that? Because that's what great offensive coordinators do. They don't come in and say, this is my scheme, we're running it. They say, okay, my players are good at this. Let's run a scheme that fits what they're good at. That's what I'm looking for more than the win total. Yeah, you want to be competitive. You want to win 7 or 8 games, sure. But I want him to show us that Caleb Williams is a franchise quarterback because we've drafted him. Caleb Williams is, if it's not Caleb Williams, we're done and we got to start over. So he has to figure that out. He has to find the number 1 draft pick and unlock him, at least start the process of that. And if so, then the wins will come down the road from that.
That's a tall task to ask from anybody, especially a brand new head coach.
For sure.